Hello Airsofters, and welcome to yet another episode of Jesse's Airsoft Corner. Today we're going to be talking about an airsoft gun. Now this is my first airsoft gun that I ever professionally bought. It's also one of my personal favorite weapons ever invented in the world of handguns and all that sort of thing. This is exact replica. I know some of you guys are like, it's not a weapon, it's a toy. Well, let's just get right into it. Today I'm going to be talking about the Mauser C1896 non-blowback airsoft pistol. Like most of you probably know, there's airsoft guns all over the world. It's becoming a very fast-paced action sports sort of phenomenon. And so, a lot of times, I found myself buying stuff from like Dick's Sporting Goods or even Walmart. Now, that being said, Walmart guns and Dick's Sporting Goods guns usually aren't that great unless you buy the specific brands like King Arms and that sort of thing, and S&T. So, those ran a lot of money. This is back when I didn't make a lot of money when I was younger. I've been playing since I was like 10, so let's just move right into it. Today I'm going to be talking about the Mauser C1896 made by HFC. This was my first little gun, and I keep it well oiled. This is going to be sort of a mixed review because I have encountered a lot of problems with this model simply because of what it is and the fact that, you know, I was younger and I didn't know a lot about airsoft guns at the time as far as professional stuff. So I'm going to show you the mag first. The mags usually run about $30. It's a solid metal mag, very well built. You can take it apart with these two pins down here. You knock them out with a little stamp, and they'll come out. Rubber bearings and everything are in there as well. It is a gas-operated pistol, which means it's going to run off green gas or something like that. I don't recommend you put propane in that at all, or CO2. It specifically runs off this kind of stuff. You can put propane in there, which I haven't really tried because I'm not really a big propane fan because of the stench and my sensitive nose. It burns like hell. So, yeah. So I do recommend green gas. So, getting into the gun itself, it is a 1-to-1 scale of the Mauser C1896. It can be the short mag, which is the stripper clip. My favorite is the Schnaffelauser, which is the first mag-fed version and also the first automatic pistol ever built. That's a very interesting fact. German engineering and all that sort of thing. Normally, you would pull this thing right back here. Pull it back, that would be the hammer, it lock into place, and that kind of thing. The cool thing about this gun is not only is it the Schnaffler model, which is an artillery gunner's version, but it did offer that stripper clip just to give you an idea of what it used to be like. Of course, this is a non-blowback, so this does not move. The hammer, however, does. But, yeah, the safety is right over here. So you push that up, it's on safe mode, which means you cannot pull the trigger. Pull that on, and it's free to go. Other cool features are it shows you the selector switch, which does not work. It's just welded on there. This would choose semi-automatic, which just shot a very strange round that the PPSH used, and that's why the Germans adopted it during World War II after Stalingrad when they started picking up surpluses of it. They noticed that the Mauser C1896, which was not used a lot unless you were an artillery gunner, then you had the Luger P08 with the snail mag, or this one. This one had a little better range, and it did have the fully automatic, which some Lugers actually did have, but this one proved to be a little better. It also had the wood stock, which is really famous because it's the holster as well as the stock itself, which it does have the groups. If you guys can find one of those, you're very lucky. I cannot find one. Of course, these are imitation wood grips. They're like some kind of polymer. They're very strong. I can't tell if they're plastic or some kind of fiberglass. They're definitely strong, very well made. So, moving on to other features. The orange tip is not actually on there because it actually fell off one game, so I have to wrap tape around it to show that it's a fake gun. Again, I'll show you some of the mechanics of the gun itself. Deep inside there, you'll be able to see a track, that metal rod in the middle right there. That's where the pellet is pushed out. Now, let's move into the more review of the gun. While the gun does have excellent range, its hop-up does not come normally well. So, you're going to have to find an extra small hex key to fit that little thing right there. I cannot find one, so I'm having to use rudimentary tools to do so. But the hop-up can be adjusted to legal premises. Now, this shoots an average of 38 on the chrono, 385. So, yeah. Like most gas guns, this gun does run into one problem. It cannot shoot off all the bullets before the gas is gone. Now, a lot of gas gun users, especially in pistols, find that often the rifle will run out of the propellant that is using as they so desire, which can sometimes be a pain in the ass because it's not loaded all the way. It is a really good gun. as far as that goes. It holds quite a bit. I didn't fully load it. It can go. The plunger will go on about there. So I mean, I don't keep it loaded, but it is a son of a gun to load because of its loading capability. You have to keep your finger back here to do it like this, unless you have a special speed loader, which can sometimes run a little higher than normal. But they do suck to reload. I will tell you that. That is one drawback of the pistol. Overall, the mag is very large. It's got a good weight to it, so it does feel like it's loaded. But the other hand, the loading sucks. And sometimes if you don't tighten the valve, it leaks like a sieve. I mean, like a stream. It just comes out in large, copious amounts. So make sure to keep it tightened. Another thing I found, that if you take out if you stamp out the pegs and you spray a buttload of silicone oil, that will really help stop a lot of that. So yeah, I recommend that. Moving on to the gun itself. The gun itself, of course, fires true. It's very well done. But one problem I found is that sometimes the hammer, like I'm pulling it right now, will not lock all the way. You hear that secondary click? That little hammer will sometimes not come out all the way. That's a functionality problem it has. I talked to a local mechanic that has worked on several of these in the airsoft world, and he says that sometimes this trigger will get stuck, like mine does, and it won't fully cock back. Now, if you do wear gloves, I recommend fingerless gloves or just going barehanded, because remember, this is a very small area to put your finger in. I mean, I'm lucky I have littler hands, but like I said, you can't even fit your full finger without forcing it through. And so, yeah, I strongly recommend no gloves for your hand, or at least your firing hand. It's very easy to hold. It's like a small carbine, but no gloves, because you're going to get your hand stuck. Something I did find that really helps on the whole firing is to pull the hammer back, make it like double action. But you can pull it in succession. Like, I uber oiled this thing. I took it apart and oiled the crud out of it. So it does work a lot better. So I recommend that you oil a lot of it, or just wait till it fully resets. Because sometimes, again, like I said, that trigger will get stuck and that hammer will not come all the way back. And that little plunger right there, that little plastic piece that you see protruding out, will not come back all the way. So I recommend oiling it, I recommend oiling it a lot, and making sure that you don't wear gloves. If you do wear gloves, make sure you have smaller hands, because that will really help accommodate that smaller space. Overall, the gun is decent. It's really good. As far as range goes, it's excellent. It's got all the range of most carbines and most assault rifles, which is very nice. Gas consumption is a problem, like most gas guns. Sometimes you can get lucky and get a really good one as far as gas consumption goes. It's no Dan Wesson, but it has its place. It hits hard when it wants to, and it can be adjusted, of course, but then again, finding that key is insane, because mine didn't come with one. Of course, it's got those adjustable sights, which are totally useless unless it's on level 300, which is a decent measure, but it shoots decent. The gas consumption is a little bit of a problem. Again, make sure all the internal parts within this area are well lubricated, or else you'll run into that problem like you just did right now. See, it clicks back. So this is a very stiff and heavy pull trigger. So yeah, it's second only to my grenade launcher. So I strongly recommend that you lubricate this well. This is a gun that definitely needs a lot of love and care. I know that might turn you guys off to it, but it is a really cool gun. It's also good for, like I said, like movies and stuff like that. It's got such a good realism. I love this gun. This is my favorite handgun ever built. If I could get my hands on, again, the artillery crew version of this, where it's magazine fed, like so, that'd be great. But again, remember, keep your gun covered when you're not playing. Keep it in a bag or holstered away from sight. Also remember that when you are playing, to make sure, if you are not playing in a sanctioned area, to make sure that you tell people that you are about to play this game so they know it's not a shootout. Remember to wear safety and protection. If you do not wear a mask, you're going to lose an eye, you're going to lose something, and it's going to definitely chip your teeth. So remember, wear one of these or something is not as zealous as that. But remember, to keep safe, do what is right, play the game, have fun, and please subscribe. Have a nice day.